few hours after Stefan gets to work a little late. Smooths things over with Dave. He eventually agrees to cut him a little bit out of his tips tonight. They haven't been great, but it'll be enough. He's been keeping up with the internal cleaning of the bar. He's even started going so far as to start work on the back room, clean it up, reorganizing it a little bit better, taking the initiative. Making up for being late or missing nights. Goes back out, checks up on the few patrons in the bar. There's one that comes up, asks him for a drink. He quickly takes care of that. Then, given how late it is, the last couple patrons in the bar leave for the night. Tuesday nights, pretty normal. Stefan goes back to the office, closes the door a little bit, sits down, and gets ready to make the call to set up the meeting that he told Axel he would, to take some of the load that Axel has had on him over the past few nights, past week, past month, off of his shoulders. He hits the button to call Lacy.
Lacy is sitting in her room staring at a computer screen. A chat window's going by, and she's just watching it. And, it's a political discussion. She's really only half paying attention to it. Her mind is halfway elsewhere, focusing on the meeting that happened. And she feels her smartphone on its vibrate setting go off next to her laptop. She looks at it and she frowns, seeing a name she hasn't seen on that screen in quite some time. And she slides it over to answer. Yeah?
Lacy, I am absolutely overjoyed to have gotten a hold of you. I was wondering if you...
Overjoyed? Really?
Hey. A friend of a friend.
Yeah. Just like overjoyed. I mean, you must be real happy to hear from me.
Well, it's always good to talk to somebody who doesn't necessarily have problem after problem, night after night. Just saying. But I was wondering if you had some time to allow me to discuss some events with you on Axel's behalf.
Lacy starts getting this roiling feeling at the bottom of her stomach. And he can hear her take a long drink from a can. And she sets the can down. What's going on?
Well, I'd prefer not to have this conversation over the phone.
Is it really that bad?
It's not bad. It's just important.
So it is really that bad. All right, where are you?
I am at work. Are you familiar with where the last resort is?
Yeah, I know where that is. You need me to pick you up or just meet you there?
No, just meet me here. Come on inside. And
is it just you?
Me and the doorman, Celeste patrons actually left. But the office is secure.
All right. If you're sure.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll be there. Click. Lacy, her face goes from impassive and thoughtful to very stark and serious. She thinks about bringing her coat, decides it's not really that cold. Is it? Is it cold enough to bring a coat? She shoves it out of her mind and grabs her keys, her wallet. She knows she's gonna need her ID. Almost forgets her cell phone. She grabs it, runs out the door, starts up the car, and heads to the last resort.
A few moments after the phone call abruptly ends.
Oh, it's not too bad.
No,
Sorry, that's her driving role.
That's actually pretty good out of 4 days. He folds his cell phone back up, places it into his pants pocket, and just kind of sits and for some reason he's not quite feeling as comfortable as he was initially before making the call, but just tries to shove that out of his mind. Just take care of business. Gets up, walks out of the office, and out to the bar itself. Just kind of leans against the back bar, putting his feet in front of him. Just kind of waiting.
Lacy gets there fairly soonish. She doesn't run into too many black or red lights. She doesn't run into too many red lights or stop signs, and she parks her car, locks it, remembering something someone said. She takes a pencil, just a regular number 2 pencil, puts it in her pocket, shuts the door again, finishes locking up the car, checks to make sure she has her wallet, her phone, her keys, walks up to the doorman. She shows him her ID.
When you do that, does your ID actually show that you're 21 legally?
Her ID says that she's 22.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's not a problem. By the time you get there, it's about 1:30 in the morning. After you come in, the doorman tells Stefan, I don't think we're gonna get anyone else. You want to just close up? Yeah, absolutely, Phil. Have a good night. Get home safe. He pushes the stool off to the side of the door, pretty much like in a corner between the front wall and the half wall. Behind you, there's basically a slight raised dais with about 4 booths. He walks out the door, locking it behind him. Can I get you something? On me, of course.
I'll take a rum and coke.
Coming right up. You see
Thank you very
Stefan quickly move to grab everything he needs, icing the glass, pouring the rum, topping it with coke, couple straws, and slides it on over.
She nods at him in a thank you. Says, so, got much to talk about tonight?
So, I guess I will just start succinctly.
She looks around, like a little paranoid. making sure that there's absolutely no one else but us in the area.
You, my dear, never surprise me. There's nobody else here. Just the two of us.
I think I surprised you a couple times. So, anyway, let's get on with it. What's up?
This past Friday, I received a call from Axel. You are aware that he has some bad nights.
Yeah, I've been there for one of them at least.
As I have as well. I show as much concern for my own clan as, quite frankly, I have shown for yours. I believe...
She raises an eyebrow at this, but doesn't say anything.
I believe that this is enough mutual respect to at least have some trust. Agreed?
She nods and just waits for you to continue.
That particular night, he was at the Pleasant Face Cemetery. He was having a worse time of it than I have ever seen. Being concerned for not just my safety, your safety, the public safety. I called Mutt.
She just stops. She gets stark still. And she gives you a look you haven't quite seen on her face before. But she doesn't say anything. She's staring intently at you, waiting for you to continue.
I trust Mutt. From the first times that he came into this bar, the first conversations we ever had, I trust him. He shows me respect, I do the same for him. True, we have had some rocky times. But I called him because I trusted him in this matter, in case I needed a more physically capable person.
Did you offer him boon for it?
It is not my place to offer a boon.
Yeah, it is.
That would have been Axel's, and I am quite familiar with the way the Camarilla works.
She purses her lips and just waits for you to continue.
Unfortunately, this is why he is not going to get blown out of me. He ended up in the process frenzying. Now, before you get upset, I'm quite aware of how to diffuse certain situations, and it is, quite frankly, in most cases, a lot easier to talk down a Malkavian than it is a Brujah. The only course I was left was to stake him for his own good, so that he did not commit a violation of the first tradition. He did not hurt or kill anybody. As it is, nobody saw anything. The only thing that there was some vandalism and maybe some hard feelings, but that is all past. Once the whole thing was diffused, Axel was more calm. Axel took it upon himself to offer not only Mutt safe haven against the day, but also myself. Honestly, I believe it was more for Mutt's safety, but he acted in the best interest of more than just ourselves. I assure you, Mutt is completely safe.
Let me get this straight. You dragged one of my family into a very dangerous situation. didn't offer a boon for it. And that dangerous situation resulted in him frenzying. And you're mad at him for it?
I'm not mad. I do not blame Mutt for losing control based on his
Tell me
passions
why he did.
as much
What
as
happened?
I do not expect you to judge me in case I should lose control of my twofold beast. There's no
Tell
blame.
me what happened.
Given Axel's exasperated situation, his vague dreams that haunt him, the things he sees, he hears, something in Matt was triggered as to take challenge. This is what drove his Brujah passions to overexcite the beast and allow it to be loose. I assure you, if there was any other way to resolve the situation,
She stops
would
you.
not
She
have
stops you. She
saved
holds up
him.
her hand and she just stops you. I'm not upset that you had to stay.
Good.
I don't see it as a threat. I don't see it as an act of aggression. So just stop apologizing for it because I'm sick of hearing it.
Politeness is a virtue that so few have in this day.
Is that aimed at me?
The politeness? It is always aimed at people that I have interactions with.
No. I mean, are you saying I'm impolite?
No,
Thank you.
it's merely a statement of general fact.
And you just happen to choose to say it in front of me right now.
just consider it an observational lesson. I consider you actually to be one of the most polite people that I have ever dealt with. I also believe that you are a lot more rational than some of your brothers and sisters, but that is not to disrespect them. Now,
Where's the nut?
that I do not know. I talked to Axel earlier this evening when I came to work.
You don't know where my brother is?
Axel does. I trust Axel to keep him safe, as you trust Axel. And I assure you that when I spoke to him this evening, he was in the best of spirits.
Is my brother still staked?
No, he is not.
What kind of vandalism?
Nothing that won't take a little bit of filling in a slight hole, maybe replacing a tombstone. Simple stone.
Are there any authorities involved?
Nothing. The only authority on this was the three of us, and between myself and Axel, once he was calm, it was all taken care of. I'm merely informing you, rather than Mutt, because I wished to allow Mutt to save some face. He has a reputation. I believe that we should keep that reputation.
Oh, his reputation ain't hurt by this, to tell the truth. Alright.
If it makes you feel better, I did not stake him on the first attempt. He dodged slightly to the left. I tripped in the dirt, had to get back up, dust myself off. Try again. Your Brujah reputations for combat prowess is not dulled.
Just sits there thinking.
Now, here's the vase this should go.
She gives you a look, but she doesn't say anything. She waits for you to finish.
I do not know exactly why, but it seems that at least most of the Brujah tend to go to you, and you tend to go to Mr. Parkins. Whatever
I
reasons,
take care of my family, and they don't like talking to him.
it is fine. He does not like to micromanage. You take this, you handle the intermediary business. It's fine.
Not all the time.
Give yourself
Hold
some
on.
more credit.
1 second. I'm going to... What would it be? And it would be...
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Where are you?
What are you trying to do?
Subterfuge. There we go. It would be a manipulation subterfuge to lie, correct?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
I will actually.
Because what she just said is a lie.
I will actually oppose that. I am paying close attention. So I will roll my perception empathy.
Cool.
A couple successes.
I got 2 successes. You got 2 successes. So do we give it? Are we? Is it given to the defender?
Yeah, ties are.
Okay, so then you suspect she's lying, but if she is, it's very good, apparently. Something.
Quite the expert for making up slight stories. I don't take offense to this. Whatever your reasons for holding back the whole truth, it's not my concern. But given that you tend to handle most business so that Mr. Parkins does not have to be bothered with the little niggling bits, I believe that we can keep this between ourselves. As it is resolved, I give you my absolute word and guarantee on the honor of my clan in this city.
Are you allowed to do that? Because, if that ends up being fake, you're in a whole mess of trouble.
If it is for the good of the Camarilla in this city, and as a whole, I will take my chances.
All right. I appreciate whatever you're trying to do here, but it's going to be handled how I determine it's best to be handled, not how you think it's best handled. Which is why I need to talk to Mutt.
Are you looking at Stefan at the moment?
Yes, she's like staring right at you.
At this moment, what is best for everyone is for you to accept that this has been handled with the utmost carefulness. This situation does not need to be escalated, nor does it need to be taken to anybody else whatsoever. And I am actually going to attempt to make a leadership manipulation roll for Mesmerize.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, how do I oppose that?
Can you please put your gen and your current willpower in the chat?
I knew I took that extra point in willpower for a reason. God damn it. God damn it.
And I'm actually going to... Oh, Jesus. Don't get over here. Okay. I don't often like doing this, but when I do, I usually have a Dos Equis. I have to call this the metaphorical Dos Equis. Okay. And implanting the suggestion. How well the suggestion takes hold. Oh, there's the roll button.
Isn't the difficulty 6?
No, it's your current willpower. Okay, if it's strange or harmful, the suggestion can't force you. It's not strange or harmful. The suggestion that he's making sounds agreeable. That doesn't mean that can't change at some point, but at this moment, it at least sounds agreeable enough for you to accept it.
She thinks about this for a while. I still need to talk to Mutt.
I assure you, you will get the same story from him that you got from me.
It don't matter. He's my brother. I need to talk to him.
There will be.
Unless you're hiding something.
I am not hiding anything at all.
All right.
Also, there was one last thing. It's a personal request from Axel. He wanted me to ask you if you're doing all right.
Well, I'm gonna have to go talk to him to figure out where the hell my brother is. So, I can answer that in person, assuming I can get a hold of him.
I believe I would suggest checking wherever it is he lives. He should be at his apartment.
Yep. Stefan, I appreciate you coming to me and helping take care of things. But don't ever tell me how to deal with my family business again.
When it is matters that I am a lot more familiar with, it is very difficult not to.
Excuse you?
I spoke very clearly.
Actually, I didn't hear you. My headphones came out of the jack.
It's like, whoa, animosity already? Mm-hmm. When it is a matter that I am all too familiar with, it is very difficult to hold back.
Well, maybe you should try a little harder. I appreciate you coming to me with this. I'm gonna go try and find Axel. He sees her pull out her phone and jot off a quick text and set it down. I also appreciate you taking care of my brother in the situation.
Absolutely. I hope also Damien has been better.
Yep, I need to talk to him. He's been leaving messages, and I just haven't gotten back to him yet. So, as far as
Venue.
I can tell, he's fine.
Oh, my apologies. When you do see him, ask him if he has thought about the offer that I made him for a
She narrows her eyes. What do you
pros-
mean?
I offered to make him a prosthetic arm.
Okay, I'm sorry. Lots of business. All right. Yeah.
Simple business. Do it at your leisure. Do not stress. That will cause mistakes.
Are you once again trying to tell me how to act, Stephen?
No, no, no. I'm merely giving helpful advice. It happens to me. It can happen to anybody.
Okay. I've got to get going. I'll keep in touch. Thank you for this. She sort of
You
nods at you.
drive safe, please.
Always. She sort of walks herself out of the bar, heads to her car, gets in, no hesitation, revs up the engine, and pulls out. Not peels out, but pulls out, and just leaves.
Stefan sits back, grabs the empty glass, washes it after emptying the remaining ice, setting it aside in the drying rack. Thanks to himself. That did indeed go over a lot more smoothly than I thought. How interesting that I was able to get a suggestion through her psyche. Interesting indeed. He steps around the bar, taking one more look around, satisfied with his night's work. Walks out the door, locking the place behind him, only leaving two small lights on for security. Begins heading home off in the night.